Alright guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another full self-driving video. Today's just going to be a really quick run of what I call the gauntlet. Call it that because there's some difficulties with FSD on a couple of these situations that I experienced the other day. So as you can see, it's a little bit rainy today, so we'll see how FSD handles the rain on the short drives. But I really wanted to try these couple of streets out that the car actually failed on the other day and I had to take over. So the streets in question is Russell Street onto Victoria Street, the new bypass, the inner city bypass, as well as Sheffield Street leading back onto Victoria Street. Now, something as simple as getting into the right lane and something as simple as taking the right turn to get into Sheffield Street after a couple of centre lane car parks will be the difference of whether we disengage or not. So this roundabout here on West Russell Street and I think it's Anzac Ave, pretty well handled that fine, no issues there. Not getting any warnings for degraded weather conditions or anything like that, so we'll see how this goes. Now, coming up to the first lot here, we've got Victoria Street left. Ideally, we want to be in the right lane after we've made that turn, so if it stays in the right lane here, we'll be fine, but I have got to stop here at the goods shed, so it could cause an issue. I'm hoping to edit the trip and remove that stop straight after the turn, so that way it continues on to Ruthven Street, then Sheffield Street to take the route that I'm hoping it will take. It's a little bit difficult to try and get the car to take the exact route you want, so you have to add in a few stops and things to make it do that. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Hopefully the mic quality is a lot better today. We've got some new equipment to help with recording videos. So new mic setup should help with all of that, and hopefully a little bit more clarity in the voice as well. So it's decided to get over to the left here. I'm okay with that, but we are going to pretty much have to get over to the right lane again straight away because it's going to want to... Oh, now it's done something interesting here. It's decided to let this person in. Just give me a wave, but little does she know it's actually the car doing it. And I think it's going to let this person in as well. We don't actually have to do that, so I'm not sure what the go is there. We've got a green arrow, so we're going to head around the corner here. As soon as we get around the corner, I'm going to delete this stop out of the trip. And then it's going to want to try and get straight over to the right lane because it's going to need to make a right turn at the next intersection. So go in and delete that now. And it's going to yell at me. Okay, deleted that. Rerouted. It's going to want to get straight over to the right lane, which it's doing, so that's good. The main issue I had was actually with turning into Sheffield Street for some reason. Not sure why. Something as basic as finding the right turning point after the lanes, after the center parking ends. It's taken that a little slow there, but that's okay. Any human probably would have done that as well. So as you can see, there's a lot of center parking on the right here, which actually caused the car to freak out a little bit because it didn't know exactly where the turn is. So it's put the indicator on, and then we've got a U-turn section in the middle part of the road here, which it should be able to cut straight down there, right here. Okay, looks like it's going to do it. Yesterday when I drove that, had some issues. Not sure what the difference is. Pedestrian here on the left sort of freaked the car out a little bit. Going to remove this stop now and add in another stop. So just want to see how it now handles coming out of Sheffield Street, because this is a pretty tricky exit, and it's probably a bit harder when there's some traffic because it's a left turn only and it's straight into a dual lane, and then as soon as you get out you've got to turn right or go straight. I've set it up to go right because that's quite difficult. So as you can see, it's got to come out and then turn right straight away. It may try to get to the far lane, which could cause a problem here. We don't have an indicator on for some reason. I'm assuming that's because it's a left turn only, so you can't. There's no point indicating when you can only go one way. Assuming that's why, but we'll see how the car handles this. We've got a couple cars built up on the right here now. As you can see, I'll expand FSD screen out. So I think the issue was we had a couple of people that didn't want to let us out yesterday, so it was kind of not sure. So they paused for a moment and then they moved on a bit further up, and then the car thought it had the right of way because they were letting me out, but then that didn't happen, so the car stopped. That was a little bit of an interesting situation there. This red light's just turned green, so they've got the right of the way. It looks like this car might let me through. They have. Little do they know I'm not driving. Give them a wave anyway. It's it. Immediately put the indicator onto the right. And this turns into an interesting situation up here, but we're going to head towards Grand Central main shopping centre in Toowoomba. Heading straight up through this intersection here and then left at the second most intersection. So there's actually two more sets of lights between where we need to go. The next set of lights you can't turn left, it's just straight, but then the final set of lights after that we can turn left, and that gets us in the direction that we need to go. I think I'm also going to add in a final stop as that, so that should be quite interesting. See how that goes. I want to get a couple of other spots. Tulips, tulip, 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 tulip terrace. That's the one. So the frustrating thing with FSD right now and the navigating is you can't actually choose alternate routes very easily. If you have a specific way you want to go to work or a specific side of the road that you need to be on when you get to your destination, it's not really good at letting you choose how you go about that and which way you come. So I actually have an issue of driving to work every morning. I come up James Street heading westbound. I need to be sort of doing a blocky to get all the way back onto the side of the road that I need to be on to get the street parking. Hopefully in version 14 it'll be a little bit smarter in regards to that when I select on street parking, but we can't be too picky right now. Alrighty, no issues here. Took that corner quite well. The rain doesn't seem to be giving us any problems with visibility or anything like that, so I'm pretty happy here. Got a little bit of a wait here at the lights. So we're about to get a green. I've noticed that with FSD, the automatic wipers seem to be quite good as well. They don't seem to go too overboard, which is nice. I mean, granted, the rain's not very heavy right now, but from my experience in the last couple of updates with the car in general, the auto wipers have been quite good. I'm going to remove this stop out here once we get close to this next intersection, just so that it can still go the way I want it, but don't want to actually stop. So we'll get rid of that one. This should hopefully put us down the main streets here so we can actually see the system under a bit of pressure, maybe. We like to try and put it in tough situations to see what the car will do. It's going to turn left here with no issues, and then it's got an immediate right, so it should hopefully turn. It hasn't gone to the right lane. I would have, as a human driver, went straight over to the right lane, but it hasn't done that. Because we've got another right turn coming up. It's done it pretty quickly, so you can't be too upset with that, but usually if I'm turning a corner at an intersection, I'm going to go straight for the lane that I need to be in coming up. That's just a preference thing. Turning right down Water Street here. Got a couple of islands and things out in the middle. Some islands without signage have caused some issues for me before, mainly in the suburbs, but that doesn't seem to be a problem when there's some sort of signage on it or things like that. Usually the keep left signs. So we're getting there. I think it's going to understand a lot of things. I think it'll also learn from us. The more we drive it, the more to learn, hopefully. Got a left turn coming on to Drain Street up here, so it's a give way sign, which you can see just out to the left. I know that this mirror is sort of in the way for the camera, but got a give way sign there. It should give way for a moment while looking to the right, but there's nothing coming, so it's going to go. Now this is another situation I would have went straight to the right lane because there's another right turn coming up. It's done that pretty quickly, so that's good. We've still got a couple 100 meters before we need to turn. We've got a green light that may possibly go red by the time we get there, but let's see. I've noticed it's been quite good with these road markings where you're actually not supposed to be. This has pulled out a little far for me, and this other car is going to wait, which is good because usually Toowoomba drivers won't give us the right of way, and they'll just keep blasting through until we get a red light. So that was nice of them to let us through, but we were pulled out pretty far. So the car had made it known that we're going. Another Tesla in front of us. And a turn down Lawrence Street here, past St. Saviour's. So this is the way I come in the morning to work. And I actually almost had an accident here this morning because I had a car out to the right, just up to the right here, that pulled out, didn't give way, and actually cut me off when there is 2 stop signs either side of this road. So a bit of a dangerous spot here, can get crazy in the afternoons with school traffic as well. This part here narrows into a one-way, so we'll see how it handles that. I'm just going to remove the stopping point here and let it go around the corner. It's not too quickly, that's probably for the best because I'm pretty sure that was the daycare there at some point. So it's done quite well for this drive, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. I was actually expecting a couple of disengagements from the previous drive. It seemed to have some issues on those other areas, but the second drive was flawless, so not too sure about that. Might have to try it again and see how it reacts. I've only disengaged here because I'm finishing up the drive. If you guys have any questions, or if you have anywhere in particular you'd like me to text FSD, then please let me know in the comments. I'm also going to be doing some highway driving, maybe out to Crow's Nest and a couple of other places, just to test out the system, down to Withcott, down the range, those types of things. Probably go down the range and then come up the range with the second range crossing, the Toowoomba bypass. So we'll do a couple of interesting videos like that for highway driving as well to see how it reacts there. But yeah, certainly if you guys would like to see any more difficult areas that you think it'd be fun to try FSD on, please leave a comment below. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and we'll catch you in the next one.